Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and this is the update for the Magic the Gathering aspect of my channel. Now, I know I haven't been super consistent in uploading videos about Magic, and well, truth is, we got through the Modern Journey, we got up to, well, current times basically. So I just want to fill you in on the next few episodes of the Modern Journey you can expect. Obviously, Fatal Push has come out by now, and I've picked up. Actually, I just completed the playset, but I have had 3 of them, and I've been testing all kinds of stuff with them. I know I said that the next video would be about the Gifts Ungiven and the Sultai deck, as in the next evolution of that. Well, there's going to be one more pit stop, and actually I'm going to go back to the blue-black Shadow of Doubt deck, and because I went back and tried that again, and it ended up not being a complete failure. And it's not all just because of Fatal Push. There are some other new cards I put in the deck that really help pull it together. I kind of went back to the roots of the original list that I ran with that, and I also kind of took my advice from that video and moved the surgical extractions to the sideboard so that we could have room to remove creatures. So did all those things, and so I'll be showing you guys that sometime. I don't know. I know I'm not consistent in recording and uploading Magic the Gathering content, and I do apologize for those of you out there who come to my channel looking for that. In fact, it's like a significant portion of the views that I've gotten on this channel. Some of my most watched videos have all been for Magic the Gathering stuff. However, I do enjoy making the video game stuff more, and that was the primary thing that made me start this YouTube channel. And so the Magic stuff is kind of a side project for me. Speaking of side projects, the next few decks I'll give you guys a preview coming up. I already mentioned that Blue-Black will be the next video, but also then we will have a part 2 to the Gifts Ungiven Sultai deck. Little spoiler alert for that. We're making it 4 colors. Well, that might ruin the whole deck, but oh well. Other things, I've just been kind of going back and playing some of my other decks in the meantime. As I said, I do like to go back to those every once in a while. So yeah, that will also slow down any sort of content with new decks coming out on here. So if you've been playing some of my old decks, couple updates. The blue-white Shadow of Doubt deck, I swapped Vendilion Click for Torrential Gearhulk because, well, I really like this card. I want to use it some more. And the next card, Realm Razor, you can probably guess what this goes in, given the color scheme. I swapped one of the and the 5-color control deck, by the way, which if you haven't seen that one, do check out that video. It's in the playlist of the MtG Modern Journey. I try to put all of my videos into playlists so they're a lot easier to find just scrolling through a few dozen playlists rather than, you know, hundreds of videos that are unorganized. So yeah, I like organization and playlists, so there you go. But somewhere in there, in that playlist, is a 5-color control deck. It sounds crazy. It is crazy. It actually runs a lot smoother than you would expect it to, and wins a lot more than what you'd expect it to as well. So I've been going back playing with that just because it's a fun deck to play, and it's a fun deck to see work, especially when you're casting Sphinx's Rev for like 10. Because you +1 with Circuit Unbroken and got an extra mana. Oh gosh, that deck is silly. But I did throw Realm Razor back into the sideboard, which is also kind of technically the main deck, because I can just wish for stuff out of my sideboard. But the Realm Razor went in place of one of the Crumble to Dust. You know, Tron is still the worst match, but sometimes this card is nice to have as another alternate finisher, as another means of, hey, look, my opponent's tapped out and I cleared their board. Let's exile all the lands and then watch them try to kill this before it kills them. And So yeah, Realm Razor's actually gotten me some wins like that. Very amusingly too. The next deck that I'm currently working on, and I have no idea how it's going to go, is a Bant Court of Calling Eldritch Evolution deck. Very out of the realm for me because it's much more, well, it's got 27 creatures in it. Not quite the style of deck I typically play, so it'll be interesting to see if I can get it to work with my style or even building it competently. Uh, don't know how that's going to go. It might also be, there might also be a Sultai version of this. There was a Sultai Eldritch Evolution Court of Calling deck. It was kind of popular a little while ago on some other MTG channels. That's kind of where I got the idea from, and I had a good portion of this stuff, and I just finished trading for two of the other big cards I needed to get the deck up and functional, and that would be Glenalendra Archmage and Malera. So yeah, look forward to that. Also, Modern Masters 2017 is just around the corner, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but this is the first thing I want to get a playset of. I'm going to wait for prices to dip, see how far they dip. I want to see Blood Moon go below 20. I think it might even get as low as 15 or even below that, and that would be awesome. So yeah, I want to build a Blue Moon deck. I'm probably going to keep the deck as blue and red. And this kind of leads me into, what else do you guys, the viewers, want to see from this channel as far as MTG content goes? You can expect more control decks, or more deck texts, whatever this ends up being. But so one thing I was thinking of doing for Blue Moon is kind of take you by like a step-by-step, kind of like maybe weekly or bi-weekly updates on the deck and showing you like its whole evolution from like I'll post a list that I'll have, the first list that I test out and take to an FNM, which I already have the main deck for it all planned out. Still have to build the sideboard yet. Spoiler alert, the main deck currently has 14 counterspells in it, so it's definitely a deck I'm looking forward to. And so if you guys want to see like the first iteration of the deck and then, weekly or bi-weekly updates on, how I'm changing this deck, new cards I'm swapping into it, what I'm swapping out, why I'm making the changes I'm making, and things like that. If that's something you would be interested in, it'd probably be like a 5 to 10 minute sort of deck tech video each week. Let me know that in the comment section. Let me know what you want to see. That's kind of the purpose of these channel update videos. And another idea I had, and I'm not sure how popular it would be, is starting a series on like just playing Control in Modern and going like sort of like a deck by deck analysis of the popular decks in Modern, whether it's Burn, Jund, Tron, Eldrazi, Infect, what have you, and just pick a deck and then just talk about how to play Control, a control game against said deck. It wouldn't discuss any specific deck or focus on any specific deck, but I'd mention various decks throughout this that have been featured on this channel and various cards and how to best interact with those decks, and probably which of my decks would best interact with those decks, and just the types of control strategies to employ against those decks. So if that's something you're interested in, if that's a series you'd like to see started, let me know about that in the comment section. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for the MTG portion of this channel. Next, we'll talk about, well, more video game stuff.